planning to go visit one of two flea markets. There were two in the neighborhood, but we figured we'd only have time for one, so we decided to go to the closest one and also the biggest one.
I think it was probably one of the biggest flea markets we've gone to up till now. Of course, when we first got in, we were presented with a mandatory selection of PS2 games, most of them crappy.
We had high hopes, didn't turn quite as well as we wanted, but you know, it was okay.
I ended up buying Sega All-Stars, which I can't even play because I don't have the PlayStation iToy, and Lego Racers 2, which is a personal favorite of mine. I played it as a child on the PC and I loved it. Turns out, by the way, that the PlayStation 2 version is not as good.
So after he went, I went back and I had a look, and they were selling 3 PlayStation 1 games from the, I think it's Saga, what's it called?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, that's it. So they were selling like 3 games of the Call of Duty Saga, and they were €1 a piece, so, you know, can't hassle with that price. I found a great game called Pagemaster, which is based on a film. If you've seen it, it's a great kids movie, though. I should watch it again. I haven't watched it in ages, so I couldn't even tell you what's it about again. And let me tell you, the game ain't much help because it's a weird game. It's really a weird game. It's like this side scroller, but it's so hard because if you get hit once, you're dead unless you get a power up, but you lose it immediately because then you're going way too fast. We tried one evening of playing the game and we didn't get pretty goddamn far. I think we beat the first world.
I guess that's the word for it. Interesting.
Now you can enter the magical world of the Pagemaster and live the unbelievable adventures of Richard Tyler anytime you want in the exciting new video game version of the Pagemaster.
The place where we found Pagemaster, they also had this pink Game Boy Color, and Steve and I had just watched an episode of Retro Liberty in which the guy bought a pink Game Boy Advance, and we thought it was kind of funny that he bought one and we liked their show, so we wanted to buy it ourselves, but the dude asked like €15 for a Game Boy Color in pink without the back thing for the batteries, so we decided not to. It was a bit too expensive. Maybe next time. And the guy that sold the Pagemaster and the pink Game Boy also had this very interesting old school video game station, I suppose, but it played cassettes. I think Steve had called it a Commodore Processor or something. He didn't even know what it was. It's tucked away in this box. There were books all over it. It was really not kept well, so we thought, you know, this dude doesn't care about this. We could ask what its price is, and if it's alright, we can take it with us, and who knows, maybe it's worth a little bit more. So we ask him, €600. I don't even know how much that is in dollars, but €600. Just walked away. There were actually a lot of games at that market, but most of them were PlayStation 2 games and a few Game Boy games, except for one person who was a reseller. I think that was the first time I saw a real reseller. I hadn't seen one before except in clips on YouTube, but it was all there, you know, the plastic bags, everything labeled with those are in 5 euros, those are 8 euros, those are 10 euros. People knew which games were better than others, and that's kind of a bummer because there were so many games, and that's really great to see. There's like all these copies that you had as a child and that you would really love to play again, and you keep telling yourself, oh, I would pay like 10 euros to have that game back, and then it's there and it's 10 euros and you're like, that's too much.
Obvious bought a controller, which was pretty nice. It was only €1, so really useful.
Which is both for the PlayStation 2 and for the computer, so we can play emulated games. Not that we condone playing emulated games.
We both paid €2.50 to get in, I think, or 2 or 3 euros. So all in all, not really worth it. We decided to go to the second flea market. Maybe we get lucky there.
Dark mood rising. So you actually paid like 4 euros then for those games with the entrance fee.
Yep.
Does it bother you?
Yeah, it does.
Does it bother you? Yes, it does.
It does. I think the second flea market was about 20 minutes to half an hour or something away on our bikes. So our hopes were pretty high. We arrived at another enormous gym, I think it was. I don't know what it was. I think some kind of community center where they did all kinds of different things.
Name was, I think, Extra Time, which was pretty goddamn weird, and we arrived there. Walk in, this huge motherfucking building. There's one stall. No games, nothing, just some like crappy jewelry and some houseware stuff like for your vacuum cleaner. That's pretty fun to play. And then, oh god, I just felt my blood boil. We'd driven an hour. We were still pissed off about the reseller buying all the games at the previous market. It was really, really shitty. So they tell us, no, there's more in the back, there's more in the back. We go to the back, there's a ping pong tournament. A ping pong tournament! It was...
So we went out and decided to look for it. It had to be nearby. People told us about it.
Ah, seriously?
We went all around the building and I gotta tell you, tension started to build up a little bit.
This both confuses and enrages us.
I wasn't feeling that good. I even lost my cigarettes on the way to the second flea market, so it was the fact that the first flea market was a bust, mainly because of the reseller, which kind of pissed me off. And then we went to the second flea market. I was getting tired, I had to get up early, which, if you knew me, doesn't go along with me. And we got there and I, of course, lost my cigarettes. Go figure. And then we couldn't even find the flea market. It turned out to be one stall, so we were getting pretty pissed, and then we had to wade through mud. The whole building was surrounded by mud, or I don't know. Well, it wasn't turning out to be a pretty good day.
Oh my god, what a trek. I think we could throw away our shoes after that. It was so muddy. Steve had lost his cigarettes. Oh.
We decided to check one more final time in the building because it had to be somewhere, and right across from the ping pong tournament was the other flea market. It was a room with the flea market in there. As we were walking in, a random dude told us, well, whispered to us, it's not worth it, turn back, or something like that. It was very scary. We decided to go in anyways, another 2 euros. I even think Obvious paid my entrance fee, because otherwise I wouldn't have got in, I think. Because it was pretty small and it looked pretty small and didn't promise a lot of good. But anyways, we went in, looked around. There was one guy selling a decent amount of old school games. Of course, again, the mandatory PS2 games throughout the whole flea market, but nothing really that special, and most things were overpriced. But the guy selling the older games, Game Boy games and SNES games even, I think, a couple, and N64 games, he had a decent selection. He wasn't asking for much. I think Pokemon games around €7 a piece or something, which is pretty good for Pokemon games. You don't come across them that often for that price. I also saw a boxed Zelda Ocarina of Time. My brother stole my current copy. Well, I guess stole is a big word. My brother loaned my current copy of Zelda, so I figured I'd let him keep my copy and I just buy this one because it came with a box and it was only €13, I think so.
Zelda Ocarina of Time, pretty mint condition for €13. So yeah, it's alright, I guess.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, he had a few good Game Boy games, and I bought 2 of them. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't even remember the name of the game, but...
Fall of the Foot Clan, because I just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for €3. I mean €2.50. Jurassic Park for €2.50.
And Jurassic Park game. What, you don't know Jurassic Park? It's only one of the greatest movies ever. Haven't you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park?
It stars Samuel L. Jackson. I also bought an expansion on the Red Dead Redemption game, the Undead Nightmare expansion. I'm currently playing Red Dead Redemption and it's an awesome game, though I'm somewhere in the game where I'm like, I'm kind of bored with the missions right now, but I'll probably finish it later, and once I finish it I can jump into the expansion set and shoot zombies in the Midwest.
I guess that's the word for it, interesting.
Damn.
This thing is
ancient.
Yeah.
This is probably what the Mayans used.
Microsoft Windows 95.
Every once in a while we even stumbled upon some games